Okay, well, thank you all for coming. I'm David Dickerman, and I'm the person most responsible. There are many people involved in this organization, and so I appreciate you being here. It makes me feel very warm inside to have you all here. I'd like to just take a little bit of your time to tell you a little bit about our organization, and I'd like to start with a poem. It's called The Children's Party by Ogden Nash. You may know it. It begins, may I join you in the doghouse, Rover, just until the party's over. Since 3 o'clock I've done my best to entertain each tiny guest. My conscience now I leave behind me, and if they want me, let them find me. I blew their bubbles, I sailed their boats, I kept them from each other's throats. I told them tales of magic lands, I took them out and washed their hands. Of similarities there's lots between tiny tots and Hittentots. Those angelic angels, I've earned repose to heal the ravages. Oh, little women and little men, someday I hope to love you again, but not until the party's over, so move over, Rover. Thank you. I talk about children because what this organization is about, I guess 50% or more, is about children. So I wanted to tell you how it started for me. Back in 2010, I was doing medical volunteer work with a different organization, and it took me to Ethiopia. So I was very happy to go to Ethiopia. I'd never been there before, and I was with an organization that did medical care in a town called Mekele, and also in a children's village called Wukro. And while I was in Wukro, I met all the children, and there was one in particular, and I have a small picture over here. Her name was Hiwat. Well, that day in 2010, I decided to become a sponsor of this girl, Hiwat, who was 9 years old, and I told the people I would hope to be there the next year. And turns out I was able to make it the next year with a different medical organization, and the next year after that. And then I decided that I should take responsibility myself. If I want to be there for her, I need to make it an organization that would bring me back every year. And that's the genesis of this group called Hope for Humanity. So, when we were there, for those of you who may not be aware, we went there last January to the town of Mekele to provide medical care with Dr. Hazel, and Dr. Berhe was our coordinator there in Mekele, Ethiopia. So, the future is wide open for us, but at present I'd like Dr. Berhe to come up, if you would, and say a few words about the medical practice there.
So, thank you very much for having me here, and so that I will not forget things that I want to mention. So, first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Dickerman, who is the founder and member of Hope for Humanity, and I would like also to thank members and supporters of Hope for Humanity, and other invited guests. So I'm really happy to be here today among you. I have come from a country called Ethiopia, which is located in the eastern part of Africa, and my country was once one of the powerful nations in the world during the first half of the first millennium. during the second millennium, it plunged deep into the abyss of poverty and ignorance. Its people suffered from every possible evil that one can think of. We had wars, disease, famine, and drought, ignorance, and massive migration to developed countries, and mistrust among some people. Many people in my country thought that this was our fate, and that it would not be changing. Citizens of other countries who knew Ethiopia compete its name with everything but. In short, we reached rock bottom. However, for the last 2 decades, our country has begun climbing the mountain of austerity and ignorance. By all measures, we are not who we are a few decades ago. 2 decades ago, having a television and telephone was a sign of wealth, and very few families had it. Now, these are common household equipment in the house of people who will live in the small cities. Roads were very scarce, and moving within a village was a nightmare. Now there are 4 flights a day between the capital city and the city where I am from. Access to all reservoirs has improved significantly. The hospital where I work and where Hope for Humanity carried out its first campaign last year, that means this year maybe in the calendar, because our calendar is already changing a week ago. Well, now it is 2007 maybe in our calendar. So, first campaign last year it is a very good example of the situation in our nation. The construction of our hospital was finished some 14 years ago, before the foundation was laid down, and even after the construction started, there was intense debate between the then powerful politicians. Some thought that it is a project that couldn't address the health of Ethiopia. They thought that Ethiopia's health problems were mainly related to infectious diseases and nutritional problems, and they thought this could be addressed through prevention and building of health centers closer to where the majority of our population live, that is in the countryside. Besides, they reasoned, where will the country get the money to keep a big hospital and get health professionals from, in the unlikely event that the 500-bed hospital construction is finished. Luckily, there were people who thought that by the time the hospital construction is over, Ethiopia's economy would not be where it had been, and that the health needs of the people would also change, and they fight hard to get it constructed. Once the construction was over, the hospital had to wait for additional 7 to 8 years, being empty and non-functional. The reasons were there was lack of money to buy equipment, beds, and other gadgets of the hospital. There was also doctors were very few in number, and the country's doctor to population ratio was far below the minimum of WHO requirement, which is 1 to 10,000 people, but ours was about 1 to 30,000 people. Many thought that the hospital was an absolute waste of money and untimely for a nation of more than 85 million people. But some people thought that it would be possible to make the hospital functional if it is handed over to the university that was located in the same city, that is Mekelle city, which is located in the northern part of Ethiopia, 800 kilometers from the capital city, Addis Ababa. And that was what happened. A very young 5-year-old College of Health Science under Mekelle University owned the hospital, that was empathy. That is exactly when I and a few other doctors joined the college and the hospital. We were very inexperienced and hadn't worked anywhere else, and most young doctors thought that the hospital would not be functional. But miracles began to happen. Some organizations donated hospital beds, others equipment, and it started its service with half its capacity 6 years ago. Now, 6 years later, the doctors who were very inexperienced have specialized in different specialties of medicine, and the hospital began to own medical equipment that would have been unimaginable some years ago. We now have a modern radiology department, 7-room operation theater, fairly equipped ICU. I also became an orthopedic surgeon 3 years ago and joined the one-man orthopedic service of our region. The hospital is supposed to serve 8 million people, and yet only 2 orthopedic surgeons exist. The waiting time to have elective orthopedic surgery in the hospital where I work is about 4 years. No one can accept this figure, so it is a very clear reminder that we still have an uphill journey to take. I believe that the most important investment in a country is on its people. That's why we are very glad when we learn about the interest of Hope for Humanity to operate an orthopedic patient last year in our hospital. Dr. David Dickerman took the initiative to contact us and have all the patients in the world waiting for our late replies. This kind of character, I believe, is the mark of a person who is trying to look beyond the ordinary reach of life and have the passion to reach to others. When the 5 people team from USA arrived at our hospital, we had already called and screened orthopedic patients from our waiting list. Dr. James Hazel, 3 nurses, and Dr. Dickerman did a wonderful job operating on nearly 30 patients just in 5 days. They also brought external fixators, which were in a very short supply at our hospital. Not only did the team help our patients, but we had the opportunity to learn from their experience. Even though the working condition of our operation theater is significantly different from where the team worked in the US, they were patient and humble enough to get their job done. And the relationship that we made with the team member is also the reason behind my presence among you here tonight. Dr. James Hazel graciously paid for my flight and to get the training here in the ACA for a short time. What was conceived in the mind of one individual is being reinforced. On behalf of the people of my country that you helped, my colleagues back in my university, hospital, and the leaders of our college, hospital, and university, I would like to thank Hope for Humanity, its founder, members, and supporters. We are very much grateful for everything you did. I believe that our partnership will continue in the future, and that's all. Thank you very much.
Sense of what we have to bring there and how difficult it has been for them. Very hardworking people, very loving and honest, straightforward people in Ethiopia, and we had a very good engagement, intercultural engagement, you might say, where we could practice medicine, we could teach some medicine, but perhaps primarily we can just interact as human beings from 2 different parts of the world and get along well, have a common vision for the future, which essentially involves elevation of the character of the people through hard work, industry, and development of the children. I can't tell you how much Ethiopia invests in their children and is serious about raising them to be people of character to make progress for their country as Gregory said, very difficult time, up until now. So I'm very happy to be part of a process that may help you get where you want to go. I'd like to take a moment now and just introduce some of the people who are involved very quickly, and I'll just start here. Please, Kristen is a nurse, and she went last year, and she's going again this year.
All right, thank you all for coming. First of all, we appreciate your support. Hope for Humanity wouldn't be possible without all of the donations and help from all our friends and family and community, so we do really appreciate it. I feel extremely blessed and privileged to have been able to go last year on this amazing adventure and to interact with these people and Dr. Berhay and all the staff. It was amazing, an unforgettable experience, and I thank Dr. Dickerman for including me in that. We really have a wonderful team, and it's really exciting to be a part of this group. So thank you all for coming, and we really appreciate all of your support. So thank you.
Last year, and she's going again this year.
Go Shonda!
Like Kristen was saying, it would not be possible without donations. So again, thank you very much for coming. Again, I do feel very blessed to have gone last year, and another blessing to be able to go again this year. And thank you for your support.
Okay, and Deb works in the clinic. She'll be going with us this year.
I didn't even know about this until about last year. It was like a week before they were flying out, and I found out about it. It was like, I want to go. I can pack right now. I want to go. And I thought, okay, next year I'm going. And I was over in the Richland clinic one day, and Dr. Dickerman was there, and I told him I was interested. I would do whatever I needed to do to try to go. And I thought, okay, well, I put it out there. We'll see. And it was about 3 weeks later, he called me. It was like, oh, I'm really going. So thank you. Spread the word. We're leaving in January, and I can't wait.
She'll be going this year.
Yeah, so I just want to thank everyone for being here, and thanks for all the support that you guys are giving us. And this is my first year going. I'm a little excited, and Dr. Dickerman here, he decided to include me in the team, for which I'm very thankful. It'll be nice to go and help out others.
Okay, great.
I'm Lisa, and I went last year. And I'd also like to thank Dr. Dickerman for the meet opportunity to have went last year. It was a wonderful experience, and I want to say, as Dr. Dickerman said, the people of Ethiopia are amazing. They truly are honest, caring, forthright, upfront, and I'm very happy to have given the help that we did to the patients at that time. And I want to tell you thank you, and thank you, Dr. Rachel. And good luck to you guys this year. I hope you guys do good. It will be fun.
I just want to say that I was the one who learned. I was the student, and Dr. Berhay was the teacher, because he taught me what you can do with what we would perceive in America as so little. He has the ability to do so much with what we would perceive as so little, and he accomplished so much in a day, and I learned a great deal from him, and I was the one who benefited from that trip. And I appreciate all that he taught me.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, my name is Susan Rankins. I do the travel for them. I'll make the travel arrangements. I have Elite Travel in Kennewick, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, well, I just want to get a few facts out of the way that we are a 501c3 tax-exempt organization. All your donations are tax deductible. We appreciate everything you have. Everybody, as you can see on staff, is volunteer. There are no paid, portions of this group. Everything that you give goes directly to the object of getting medical care And also, we haven't mentioned more, but we also, every year, I'll tell you a funny story, that, tell me if I'm right, Christmas is in the early part of January in Ethiopia. So what we do is...
January 6th.
That's right. So we operate. We operated Monday and Tuesday, and we operated Wednesday morning, and then we spent Wednesday afternoon, Christmas, with the children in the children's village. There are some pictures. Here they are. Okay, and there are lots of pictures we have available online. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. Of course, we do have a website, and it's on here. It's on the brochures. Yes, please.
Does the website have your address to send a check to?
Let's see.
It will.
Yes.
It will tomorrow. If it doesn't already.
All our
Sure.
benefits, we do everything through United Way, Alex Tocqueville. And so I just need an